What's up, fellow LEGO fans? DJ Lego's back for another unsponsored honest review on a 2023 LEGO Monkie Kid set. It is May's Guardian Dragon. It is set number 80047. Is recommended for building ages 9 and up. Comes with 605 pieces, and I paid its standard retail price of about $75 here in the United States, where it is also now solely a exclusive to lego.com here in the States. But without further ado, let's start deconstructing the set and see how it stacks up, starting as always with the main figures. First up, we're going to take a look at May. This figure is not exclusive to the set. It does come in one other set from the start of the year, but it is that powered up version where she is fully powered up with the power of her ancestor from the original Journey to the West story. So she does come with her ancestral weapon here, which is very nicely molded, and it does come as part of that larger parts pack there. So it does look very nice. You do utilize that dragon head hilt that was introduced in Ninjago quite a few years back. But talking about the actual figure, we do have the same hair piece Mai has always had, with the little green tips. I really love this hair piece. It's so nicely detailed, it's so unique, and it does look very nice. That we do get a standard head for May, again, that we've seen in multiple sets before, with this nice kind of smiley, happy expression. She does come with that Ninjago shoulder piece there in a gray color that's consistent with all these power-up suits. What is unique to this figure is the torso print. That's where these power-up suits differentiate. So on that torso, you do have a lot of more white horse dragon details for May's ancestor. So that is very nicely detailed and very nicely designed, with the little green and all that. Kind of looks like a dragon's face. However, you can see right there near the breastplate, the white there is not as opaque as it should be. It should be the same color as the plastic down there, and the print down at the legs, which is shared across the all the figures that have this suit. And flipping them around to the back to take a look at that printing, she does come with that again standard expression. We've seen this head a lot before with May, but you do have that nice aggressive expression there, and you do have some nice torso printing. Again, that white is kind of muted against the gunmetal gray torso that they printed this on, so that kind of mars the design a bit. Next up, we got Tang in his power-up suit, exclusive to this set, because the story within the set is he is the one next in line to get endued with the power of the character he's descended from the original story here. So he does have his ancestral weapon here, built up with a couple of standard pieces here in gold, with a lightsaber bar, the short one, and the hilt there, and then you got that special molded piece that comes in that larger weapons pack. But moving that aside so we can take a look at the actual figure, he comes with that standard hair piece we've seen for Tang. But he does come with a new head for 2023, where he's kind of more in line with his actual original ancestor within the story here. So he's got the standard Mr. Tang face with the glasses and the kind of unhappy, anxious look there. Really nicely printed, but that other side of that head, you do have him in kind of a meditative state here with the eyes closed. So he is more in tune with that. He does come with the standard shoulder piece that we just saw with May, and again the leg piece also shared, but you do get a special print with that torso for Tang, reflecting the designs of the original monk character that he's based off from the original story, with all the necessary details. But again, like May, the white on that torso is very kind of washed out and doesn't look as bright and white as it should. And then flipping them back around, you can see the details on that torso there. Again, it's all really nice. It's just that white needed to be better. And next up, we got the yellow tusk elephant, and I'm gonna have to talk about his headgear and accessories first before we can actually talk about the prints. So for his accessories, he does come with his clubs, his hammers. I don't know what exactly these are supposed to be, but they do utilize the pumpkin piece in a tan color, not new to the set, but is a very nice recolor to get for that piece, but is made up of a couple of other basic pieces, but taking those away so you can get a better look at the actual figure. And talking about the head here, you do utilize a couple of additional pieces here. You have the ponytail piece that was introduced back with the Spider Queen wave for Monkie Kid here, in the exact same gray color. It does work really nice, but the even more part is the actual neck attachment piece to get the elephant ears here and the yellow tusks that give the character his name, and the trunk, all very nicely molded, and it is one giant rubber. So having removed that neck attachment, you can see how much of that is that piece there, and again, it's rubber just to prevent kids from hurting themselves with it. But having that removed, you can take a look at his actual face beneath that printing, and it does look really nice. You do have all the necessary details around the eyes there. You do have the tusk there actually shown, so if you want to use this figure without that neck attachment piece, it does work. And the top of the nose there actually looks like a mouth here, which kind of looks a little funny, but you know, moving down to the torso, you do have the shoulder armor piece that is the Praetorian Guard shoulder armor piece molded in a purple color for the first time for this figure. You have some nice torso printing of the actual designs here, looking really nice with the scarf, various details. The belt here is kind of messed up a little bit just from having it go down onto some teal legs, so the printing of that kind of gets messed up a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. And you do have some nice feet printing as well. Flipping this figure around, you do have some nice back torso printing as well, carrying all the details from the front. Last up for figures, we got an ink general. Again, these are just the basic enemy cannon fodder for this particular storyline we're doing here in 2023. It does utilize the same head and torso of previous sets that I've looked at. There are a few differences. He does have the ponytail piece introduced with Macy back in Nexo Nights, put into a stud there just to create a little bit more friction to hold that ponytail piece in. You do have the shoulder armor of that Ninjago piece in black there. And the other big departure is you do have that spirit leg piece here, molded in a black and trans clear. That's the same as the Dementors in the Harry Potter line. It's just reutilized here. That torso print is also very nice and very nicely detailed. For accessories, he does come with a sword in black there. That's a pretty standard short sword piece. And then you do have the Power Blast piece from the Superheroes line, molded in black here. Again, not new, but we've seen it before, and just to utilize it, you just push it. Aside from the figures, the main pillow set just goes into creating May's Guardian Dragon here. So build experience was pretty straightforward. It was pretty enjoyable build here too. A lot of interesting techniques utilized in the head, the body. We'll get into that in a minute, but any decorations you see on this thing are stickers. And I should note, with my particular set here, I did get really badly cut off for stickers here. So you can see a lot of them, they're off center, more towards the right. And the most egregious one here was sticker number 2, which is the chest piece right here. That is way off. That is supposed to be smack dab in the center, and that didn't make for a good building experience, but that's more of a quality issue here. So talking about the actual design of this dragon, it does utilize most of what you come to expect for Asian mythology for dragon design, where it's more wavy and in its shape, has the 4 legs, has a nice build to it. But talking about the actual head here, where we do get a nice design here. Those eyes are the printed part. They utilize a newer piece, 1x2 with rounded sides there, just because that is such a small piece and difficult to place. So it is printed on 2 separate prints for each side of the eye there. But talking about the actual head, you have some nice shaping to it. You have some whiskers here. Utilizing some stickers for the back mane here is really nicely used. You can see we do have May's traditional color scheme utilized here of white, lime green, and teal throughout it, just to create some look. Some nice shaping to the front of the snout here as well, with the this piece really nicely used to create the nostrils there. That looks really cool. You do have the lower jaw here, which can hinge open, which does look nice. You do have the magenta pieces used there to kind of represent the inside of the mouth. So the designer did a really good job here of utilizing the parts just to create some interesting shapes and look really nice. Going down to the neck here, you can see some nice curvature of the neck leading into the main chest of the creature here, which looks nice. I do like this technique here of wedging this, clipping this in and wedging it in, just to create some nice shaping, utilizing some various pieces here as well. Again, you have this chest piece. It's off center just because of my stickers here. Stickers there on the actual front forearms here. The front legs here also utilize a nice building technique. You utilize some of these elves flower pieces as kind of like some detail of like some feathers on this foot here. You have some nice shaping to the front foot with the claws and everything, which look really nice. 3 talons. We've seen this build technique before, but it does as always look pretty nice. Then talking about the actual wings here, if you can call them that, they're more kind of just accent feathers. You do utilize a couple of the Monkie Kid cloud sword pieces and clouds molded in gold here, which looks nice. You do have that kind of element, the wavy one introduced in the Eternals wave sets for Marvel, utilized there. Looks pretty nice. You can kind of move these about, but they're kind of stuck in their place. Nice shield look. You do have a stud shooter for on either side of the actual front legs here, just as some weaponry, and that just fires off. You push the trigger, it'll fire off these lime green, trans green studs there, which looks really nice. Going into the actual body of this thing, this is all one solid piece. There's no articulation in here, nor is there one in the actual neck, so that is a big disappointment there, but we'll get more into that when we go over the articulation of this thing. I've kind of shown off a little bit, but you do get this nice little seat here, this throne looking thing for May to sit. Does have a nice back to it, and you do have a couple of studs there just to attach her just to seat, and pretty much you pose her like that, and kind of have the headrest there, and she is nicely seated. But going back into the back of the body here, you have this nice design here with some of the spikes of the back of the creature here, very nicely designed with all that. You do have the back legs being much shorter than the front here, but they do have the general design still kept intact. They just are missing the front elves leaf pieces for the front of the creature here. And then going back here to the tail, again, this thing is this entire tail is covered with stickers for most of the detail, but you do utilize the color scheme as well here, very nicely designed, but you do have that pretty standard feature that Lego does for a bunch of the Ninjago dragons, where you just have the free whipping tail, where it has no friction, but it'll whip back and forth, and wherever you pose it, it won't really stay unless you kind of finick with it, but at the end of that tail you do have the sword cloud piece here molded in a trans green color, not new to the set, but it is still nice and very piece to get here. Before we get into articulation, playing with this thing, flying it, because it's a dragon, you want to play with it, fly it around. You do have this nice little handle kind of built in here. I suppose that's why there's no articulation in the waist here, but you can grab it right here and fly it about. You can whip the tail and whatnot, and just plop it back down, and that is pretty part of the course for Dragon. That is what you want for some play here, but let's get into starting at the head. For articulation, you do get this ball joint at the top of the neck, but this is one area of the articulation that really doesn't work for me. You have that single small long ball joint there at the neck, so you don't really, because of the heftiness of the actual head, you can see you can't really get it up and have it stay because it just wants to droop with gravity. So even if you do get it stuck in a position, just a little bit of knocking is going to cause it to keep drooping down. But if you get it stuck anywhere, you do have a nice bit of rotation there, so the ball joint is good. It's just that single small ball joint is not enough just to hold this head up, which is really unfortunate. At the back, you do have these pieces of main here that can be angled on their clips. That's just to help get the way for the head movement, but you can also pose them just to get a different look for the expression. At the back of again, like I said, there's no articulation in the body or the base of the neck, no articulation at the tail here, aside from the free ranging, free floating ones at the back of the tip there. And each of the legs here does come on one of those ratchet joints where you can get a nice range of movement forward and back. You can get it display that far out and that far in. You do these front shooters here attach the wings. They're kind of on ball joints. You can get them back that far, angle them that far to the side, and you can get a nice range of movement up and down. That's just to help you arc your shots with the star shooters, but you can also pose the semi wings here. There's no kind of wrist movement, elbow movement here with the legs at the forward or back, but you do get ball joint at the bottom of the feet, which has some great range of motion, and you can get some nice posability out of that. And then, like I said, each of the three fingers here are clipped, and they have a nice range, so you can actually pose them. And the back legs also are on these ratchets, but they are a lot more maneuverable in terms of posing, just because they don't have the big bulk of the shoulders at the front of the creature. So you can get an actual 360 here with the leg, and then you can get it all the way up there just to have it kick itself. There is no articulation at the main thigh of that leg, and then you do have the same articulation for the feet back here, especially with the fingers, the talons as well. So you can get this thing reared up on its hind legs, but it doesn't want to stay on the top of its own weight here, so it's a little bit tricky. There we go. Yeah, you can get it on its hind legs here, so it takes a little bit of maneuvering, but you can, this thing can fully be on its two hind legs here, and it does look really nice. So here's all the extra pieces you can expect with this set. You do get a teal brick separator. You do get two extra trans green studs there for the extra shots for the star shooters in the set. You do get a spare one of the black power blast piece as well. You do have the rest of the ancestral weapons parts included. They're all included in one baggie, so you do get them as extras. Main extra pieces here, you do have extra lightsaber and an extra bar, so you can complete one or two of those ancestral weapons, so you don't really need to buy all the extra sets to get them all if you play it smart. You do have an extra sword, extra one of those Eternals elements, and in my set I got an extra the dish piece here. That is not supposed to happen. I'm guessing they might have miscounted at the factory and threw one in extra. Sometimes happens, but it's rare. It's rare that you get an extra piece that was not intended. Talking about the instructions, we get one booklet. It's pretty thick, pretty much book bound. Front cover, of course, it's that standard style we've seen for the past year. Going forward with the generic cover with the render on it, the logos, all that, the QR code. Opening this up, you do have the blurb about the paper bags coming soon. You do have the builder app, how the set is broken across the builds for the different bags. With the Monkie, you do have showing how to use the brick separator. You do have Monkie Kid here spoiling the actual progress bar for the set. The Monkie Kid line has really neat instructions because they have illustrations for when you complete parts of the build here, which is really nice. It's really nice and thorough. Really nice build experience for the instructions. And getting to the back here, you can see it does take about 159 pages of complete building. At the back here you have a cross sell for the entire summer wave of sets that were released for 2023. You do have their Rebuild the World campaign advertised there as well. The parts inventory, just in case you need it for any reason. And then of course we got the product feedback with the generic minifigure. Take a look at the box. It's a standard $50 to $60 size. We do have the standard graphics for the Monkie Kid theme here with like a Monkie Kid up in the corner there. Set specs, nice product shot of the set against that illustrated background. Looks really nice. We do have the little group shot of all the MK team there for season for this season here with all their ancestral weapons. You do have a kind of a shout out for the collectibles for this set with Mr. Tang's ancestral weapon highlighted. If you're wondering why Maze isn't highlighted as well despite it coming in the set, that is just because that is for the story of Mr. Tang getting his. That is the one that you are collecting for this particular set. Looking at the top of the box, you do have look out for all the minifigures included in the set, as well as May spoiling the actual size reference. Going to the back here, you do have a nice shot of the set posed as well as all the various play features I've already gone over. And then on the side of the box you do have May in that highly stylized version from the cartoon. At the end of the day, my thoughts on the set, Monkie Kid continues to be one of LEGO's best themes. The design work is really nice. I do think like there was one or two choices here that prevent this set from being truly great, and it mainly has to deal with the articulation or lack thereof, and particularly that neck joint here with the head of it not being able to support the weight of that head there. That is really a big letdown there. Talking about the actual minifigures, all are great inclusions. You do get 2 heroes, 2 bad guys, the exclusive power-up suit for Tang, and his complete ancestral weapon is definitely a highlight for the figures. Yellow Tusk is a really great main figure as well. Quality, this set fell down a couple notches there. Number one, my sticker sheet was made for a kind of bad building experience because the design, they're all very nicely designed stickers. It's just a lot of them are cut off where they're not supposed to be, so it kind of makes the whole set look bad, particularly with some of the placement of the stickers, of them being pivotal to the design there. And of course, as I've always pointed out, the printing quality of the minifigures, that should be a lot better than what LEGO currently has a standard at, and they should be doing better because they've done better in the past, and we just need to hold them to those standards again. And talking about the overall value of the set at $75 here in the US, where it's also a Lego.com exclusive at the time of this recording. They used to be in the Lego store, but I guess they didn't sell that well in the Lego store, so they got relegated to .com. But anyway, $75 for this is a little too steep for me here. For what you get, this is more in the realm of a $60 set, so I would advise waiting for a sale, which this being a Lego.com exclusive, those sales only tend to come around whenever there's a big holiday or end of shelf life. But yeah, I would wait for a sale. 75 is a little too much in my opinion for what you get here. $60 is that more sweet spot. I would love to see that this set go on sale, but I think it did around Black Friday or so, but all in all, set's gonna get a 7 out of 10 for me. Highly recommend the pickup anyway, just not at that $70 price. Maybe tweak it a bit to fix the issues. But comment below, let me know your thoughts. Do you like this set? Do you not? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you not? Subscribe to the channel if you like what I've offer in terms of reviews. Smash that like button, ring the bell, all that jazz really helps the channel and the algorithm. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, have a great life.